What's up, fellow lords of gaming? Welcome back. So today on the channel we got a little bit of just the first impressions. It's the launch week for Black Clover M. I don't know why they called it that. Basically the game's been released. I jumped into it and I want to give you guys my review about it. I know look, I'm not going to be getting into another mobile game really, but I wanted to give you guys a review of my opinion because it's tied to anime and is really close to my heart. Black Clover, I happen to like the anime quite a bit, so I wanted to give you guys a good review of what I've seen so far from the game. So number one, let's talk about what we got here. Think of 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross and somebody just said, hey, copy my homework but do it better. That's essentially what I've got. Like, I feel like they've taken the elements that were 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross and kind of smashed them up a little with like Bleach Brave Souls, specifically with your accessibility to getting items in game. It feels pretty decent at the pace that it goes. I decided to do the review here because this is about where I felt like I didn't purchase anything and make any in-game purchases that I wanted for you guys to be able to catch that. So actually, I'm lying. I did purchase the battle pass. I lied about that. Excuse me. I did purchase the battle pass because I was having some fun with the game, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna purchase the battle pass and just give some money back because I've been playing it all weekend long. And the battle pass was like $14.99. I'm a little concerned about the time slots that they have for it because you can see here it seems like it's like every 2 weeks, so they could almost release a battle pass twice a month and get you paying 30 bucks. I'm not really a big fan of that. And I'm also not a huge fan of the currency system. You've got the difference in currencies being here is these black crystals. They're your premium currency over large. But if you notice that there's this premium black crystal currency, so it's like a premium black crystal, which is another version of the black crystals. So they give you these black crystals. You'll collect them for doing just about anything in game. Think Bleach Brave Souls in that regard. And wow, they smack that right in your face and basically like, hey, so you got these currencies inside of here, but you don't got the premium currency. So what does that bear down to? Kind of takes a little bit of a difference when you go inside the shop, or excuse me, not the shop, when you go inside summoning for a character and you notice like, hey, okay, so my regular rate up summons, I can get these summon tickets that just come, like you can see here, it's been I didn't purchase any of this. All of this is basically from me playing and getting my characters to where they currently are. Kind of hit somewhat of a stalemate slug place in the game, which is typical. You know that you hit that benchmark where they just start wanting you to just try to kind of hit things. But back to the currency, you'll pick up these tickets, but if you notice, like for instance, hey, I want to do some of these guaranteed SSR jumpstart kind of summons and things like that. Well, like there's a couple of characters in here that I got Mars. He was a free giveaway. They gave, you can basically do this re-roll for the game. Gives you 20 different re-rolls where you can just basically get them. You're basically looking for the two of these characters, either Mar or Lotus. I made a mistake and went for Mars. Go for Lotus if you end up playing the game. Just trust me on that one. Don't go for the rest of the characters. William is probably another good character inside of there, but these two characters right inside here is Lotus and Mars. The rest of them, they kind of fall off in terms of what their availability to you are, or usability for what you want to do. So go with those characters and William as a third. I would probably say go Lotus first and then see if you can't get Mars somewhere else, and then go William in terms of like healers and where they place. So now you end up having to pay that premium currency in order to make a summons on this one. Is that a bad thing? Maybe not, but you know, it's where it is, right? So like then you have these rate up summons that they have currently. They've got the one going for Yami, excuse me, I don't know why I lost that. And then you have like your standard summon heroes over here, and you also have the ability to have friendship summons for using people's assist characters and stuff like that. And we also have the rate up season summons that they have in here for Clover Academy Asta, Clover Academy Giami, and Clover Academy Mimosa. Mimosa's probably going to be the one that you really want to get because she's a healer and probably one of the only healers in the game outside of like the what's the nurse? I can't remember what the nurse's the sister's name is from the village. Lily, I think it was. I can't remember. So essentially, that's what you have for the game, right? Now, there's a lot of systems in this game in terms of like it does like feel a little bit over cumbersome with the amount of different systems in here. You can just go and take a look inside the inventory to kind of see what you got going on. You've got skill pages that you're collecting, specific skill pages, and these basically add, think of these like the artifact system inside Marvel Future Fight, where they add buffs to characters and give them passive abilities, and they have generic skill pages and stuff like that as well inside here. Galore for the litany of characters. So you can see, for instance, I've got the Yami Captain's Dignity over here, but I haven't put it on there yet, right? Because I haven't gotten Yami at all. And then you've got like these gear icons that you put in here with this Diablo-like equip system that I am not a fan of. I wish it was just, you know, 4 pieces of gear or 5 pieces of gear, 6 pieces of gear, whatever, and you can just equip them. But you have that in there. Then you have like the collection of mage pieces for getting dupes, along with these shards that you need for these mage pieces that you need to rank up mages inside the game. I'll show you that inside the character. And then you have a whole host of materials, and the materials get ad nauseum. So like you can see, it's really weird because every single mage XP potion in this game basically says like it gives a small amount. It gives you the mage XP by a small amount. It doesn't make a difference what it is. It's a small amount. Like it doesn't tell you if it's a large, small, medium, whatever amount. It all says a small amount. I almost wish they would just get rid of the mage XP potions and just give you an organic way of just leveling up the character at a more accelerated rate. You then end up with these items like shards of will for upgrading your skills. You need these gear upkit materials. Fishing material. It just gets a little over and cumbersome to me of all the items that are need to level up the individual aspects of your mage, basically to level them up. You also end up with a number of consumables throughout the game. These are things that I've collected basically from just playing the game. Pretty cool. Some of the things specifically, you know, the availability of bond summon tickets. You get some skill page selections that are inside there. You can even see here, like I have a season 1 skill page selection ticket, which basically allows me to choose any one of the seasonal characters inside of here, which is really cool. And then like your other host of materials. One of the most important materials that you'll find hardly accessible inside the game is these bond gift boxes. Basically every mage, and I'll show you these guys now, your mages in total have a number of systems for them to level up, and it just becomes ad nauseum, right? So for instance, I've got my Mars all the way at UR rating, and I can't get him to the next level, which is legendary, I guess, legendary rating, because guess what? I don't have his bond high enough. like his bond isn't high enough in his rewards list for me to hit that LR condition, so that way I can actually level him up. Well, that means I'm stuck with playing with a character unless I get this bond level all the way up, which means I have to do bond missions over and over again, which means I'm using energy towards those, basically to do those, right? Then each of the characters have some skills. These skills are impressively done. I will give them that. They basically look 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cost in that regard. I think they're really cool. And then you have like an upgrade system to all your skills inside the game, and each of your characters also come up with like a team up skill inside of here. Basically, if these characters are combined, so you can see here he can combine with Lotus, and they get a nice little combined attack, and then they all have these passive attacks that they basically activate once you get to LR rating. So you're basically racing your characters to LR. So you're going to unlock a number of the mages from the series, and they'll be all the way from the rare rating to the SR and SSR rating. That doesn't mean that your rare rated characters will be stuck at rare, because you can level these guys up just like 7 Deadly Sins all the way up to the LR, and they'll hit milestones. So for instance, here you can see I have Asta, he's at SSR with Yuno. These characters are base level characters that basically came in at SR, and I basically leveled them up so that way they were there and they all hit these marks. The little icons here basically just boost for having multiple dupes of a character inside the game, and then you'll be able to use those dupes to actually rank them up. Nice little system overall inside there. The gear system, like I said, a little wonky in terms of like what it is for. It feels very Diablo-esque in terms of unlocking these pages and these slots or inventory spaces, which, you know, you basically move around skills to basically be able to use. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it could be implemented in a better way, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they have here. You also have your enhance ability for your skills. So like I said, you know, Asta has 2 stars because I was able to get 2 of his shards basically from running. And then you have like these shard pieces that are in here. So these are from versatile, so you can use them for any mage at SR rating. Now, Asta doesn't have the talent pool unlocked for him, so for that we need to go take a look at my man Mars over here. And when you get to these talents, you have another whole other system in here. Like, it's crazy, right? Because if I want to apply specific talents to a character, so you can see like here, I get to increase his attack by +7. I got a sharp mind skill inside of here that increases the damage dealt. I need to go collect these materials for normal talent seeds basically to unlock those and boost up the character. A lot of systems, guys, a lot of systems inside here. It's nice to have some depth, but sometimes the depth just feels like a little bit of a burden overall to me for them. They do have costumes in the game. None of the costumes quite look right. Like, I can't see my man Mars wearing the Summer Days kind of costume, but it is what it is. I think the mages overall are done pretty well. I want to show you guys the skill previews inside here. They look really, really cool in terms of what their skills are. Definitely very reminiscent of you know, your game, your overall game inside, like from picking up from where the Black Clover manga leaves off. You know, they have these very, very intricate or overly done VFX skills that look really, really cool. You do get a little bit tired of doing them, so they do have a way for you to essentially get out of them by basically saying, hey, I'm gonna either put them, get rid of them, hide them altogether, or I'm just gonna show them at like half speed, so that way I don't have to watch the whole entire animation. Overall, good system inside here. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of a breakdown of the characters in another video. I just want to give you guys my overall impressions of the game right now. There's a number of events that are currently going on inside the game. Just if you jump in, so there's ways to get some crystals. We've got some what do you call it, coupon events that are going on right now, so you can get additional coupons and items from inside the game. They've got the battle pass, they've got some mage paths. The thing feels overall fairly rewarding in terms of like giving you a track of things to do on a day-to-day basis when you log in, and the number of systems that are there, if it doesn't feel overwhelming at times. There's going to be a number of things that you can jump into, and it doesn't really feel bad at all in terms of that. I think it's I think the way they've implemented the game overall feels pretty good. Just think 7 deadly sins and you'll get where I'm going with all of this. It is, in a sense, like I said, copy my homework and just make sure you don't, you know, fully turn it into the teacher that way. So they've done a really good job with what they're putting and what they're presenting for the characters. Now the thing for me is going to be the long term for the game in terms of where it goes from here, because I think there's going to be a real big drop off point at some point where these black crystals may not be available to you. They do give you a nice, like you know, a daily attendance reward, so you'll be collecting, like, you know, black crystals fairly frequently. And you'll probably end up having to save up for characters, essentially, right? You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, think Bleach Brave Souls in that regard, where you're gonna probably collect a lot of these black crystals and you're just gonna need to hold on to them. So it's like one of the big things right now is, like, you know, Yami's the first character up inside this month, but rest assured there's gonna probably be other characters that you're gonna want coming down. So, and you better make sure that Yami is. It's one of the reasons why I'm kind of like a little bit over mobile gaming a little bit, is because gotcha is there. It's always gonna be there. And so even if you wanted Yami, he's gonna have limited time availability for you to feel like this is the character that's gonna basically carry you out through most of the game before they need to be replaced. Nice little PvP mode, adventure journals. I'm gonna break down all of these things in separate videos. What I want to end the video with here is a little bit of summons, because I do want to get this new rate up summons for Yami. Yami's one of my favorite characters in the game. I think a lot of people sent for Yami. So let's see if I can pull him. Now, here goes the really big thing that you need to recognize and see is like it takes 200 times to get a guaranteed Yami. If you don't get him in that time, yeah, then you're probably not going to get them. Now, they've given you quite a few of these 50 summon tickets, basically. So that'll get you halfway through the way, 60, you know, and then you can basically use these, and it's like 1,200 black crystals to get a 10-time summon in there. But now, if you go to the shop, you're going to see one of the things that I hate the most about that. Before I do that summon, you're going to see what I hate the most about that. So you see black crystals inside here. You can purchase these things. However, you're going to get a split of the premium crystals and the black crystals inside of here. I do not like this. And these things go towards a mileage point the same way as loyalty system that you have inside multiple games and stuff like that. But I hate this. Just give me one currency system. That's it, guys. We don't need to have these dual currency, premium currency systems. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. So let's see if we can pull Yami. I'm not going to pull on the Clover Academy seasonal. The seasonal right now, I'm working on getting Mimosa as a healer from there, and then I'll probably come back from her and try to work on getting Clover Academy Asta after that. Like I said, I already made a little bit of a mistake with my guaranteed SSR, and that I chose Mars just because I liked his character a little bit better than I like Lotus, and just made a little bit of a mistake there. So, but you don't have to worry about making the same mistake. Go Lotus, Mars, and then probably William if you need those. So let's see what we got. Now, I think the game overall, you know, it's fine. There's not a really lot to complain about overall for what you're getting inside the game. If you like story-driven gameplay, the same way we had 7 Deadly Sins, I think they present this in a very feasible way. Like, everything feels good. There you go. That's, yeah, it was Sister Lily. Okay, I thought I wasn't wrong. So you can see when you do these rolls, I can still get some of these SSR characters as well, and then you'll get a number of these like skill pages, and you know, you can choose to do what you're going to do, whether you're going to dismantle them, you know what I mean. So you see 190 times until a guaranteed summon. So let's go and summon again. Let's hope that it doesn't take. I don't even know what all the animations are because I haven't really done but one summons inside here that it asked me to do. Oh, there we go. Come on, be Yami, so that way I can just be 2 and done. That's an SSR at, yeah, so who's this dude? I don't even know who this dude is. Okay, I was like, I hope it ain't this dude. I was like, Spade, we all remember that dude, right? Can't be you. Purse shackles. So you get like these random skill pages inside of here that you can use for just about any character, but obviously it's better to get the passive ones. Sister Teresa, she's a healer as well. I forgot Sister Teresa's a healer. Clover Kingdom, Mark. I just really don't want a Black Bull. Please be Yami. Finral. So Finral's not a bad character in terms of support, but just not the character I want. I'm really hoping to get this Yami and not have to worry about too much. So we got Vanessa. I already have her. Thought about working on her. Black Bull. I'm a captain. I can't slack off. Yay, I can stop summoning for Yami. Yes. So I'm happy about that because I wanted him. Didn't want to have to use all my summon tickets on him because I'm pretty sure we're going to get far more characters that people are going to want. Like, yeah. So there we go. So you can see basically this is the way the game works. This gotcha system inside here. I don't have to do the 180 times, thank God, because I've got Yami inside of here. And you can look at all the SSR characters that are available to you very easily by just going to any one of the standard summons inside of here. And you can look at those. So like, what am I at? Standard summon, SSR bonus. Wait, here we go. Where we at? Guaranteed summons, once we get to 200 of those. And you can see these are the SSR mages that are available to you outside of Yami. And realistically, of the SSR mages that are in here, the only one that I really want, but I'm not gonna sit here and try to summon on them but so much, is going to be Diamond King Lotus. He happens to be a very good what is he? He's a debuffer type character, and I really want him. But I'm really happy to have Yami because that means I can start saving up on these tokens and I don't have to worry about those. So kudos to me there. Kudos to me. Really happy with that. They've got a lot of systems inside, especially because I'm getting a little tired of playing with Asta and inside of the game because they don't really play as well as I want them to. And then, like I said, I'm working on the Gateway reunion to get her up. Now, the reason why I went for Mars is because I really wanted a character that I could use in PvP and PvE. So that was the reason why I did that there overall. Now, I think, like I said, it's a thing for you to decide. Is the IP something that's going to want to be engaging to you? Maybe. I think that anybody who's a fan of Black Clover, they present the story very well. It's done in a very good way, so I think everybody will have some fun with it. The chapters seem to take you to just after the attack on William, and I like the way they do things inside of here. I really do. They do them in a great way. It doesn't feel so different from Seven Deadly Sins, but it does feel beefed up and done right, I would say. So take a look at it. I'll probably continue to play. I'm going to probably stay as close to free to play as possible in terms of playing. I won't lie and say that there are some systems inside here that if I do continue to play, I will support. I have never said this. I don't really believe in being 100% free to play. If you are 100% free to play, then you just basically play the game at the will of those who are spending money, and you should just enjoy the ride. If you are playing a game and you really like it and you get hours of enjoyment out of it, then I think that you should give back to the developers who are generating the game so that way you can keep the game going. We know where this story goes and where it ends, so in that regard it would be cool to see the game be able to get to where the story ends, and I think it will. I think there's going to be enough popularity around it so that way you can say, hey, you know what, this is something I want to invest in, because we know where the story ends at. That's his point, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comment section, are you a fan of Black Clover and do you plan on playing the game? Do you want to see more content from this? I'm really looking forward to being able to stream with you guys and bring you plenty of games, non-mobile games. So let me know in the comment section, does it fancy you? Hope you guys enjoy the video. Until next time, peace.